Across the Okavango Delta, an invisible line separates two of the region's most powerful lion prides. To the east, the Okavango Pride, 12 lions strong, led by a battle-tested coalition of 3 males. To the west, the Marsh Pride, smaller in number, but fiercely territorial and unwilling to yield ground. For 3 years, an uneasy boundary along the river has kept the two prides largely apart. But prolonged drought has shrunk the available grazing land, pushing both prides toward the same shrinking resources. Buffalo and antelope herds, once spread across both territories, now cluster in a single contested zone. The Okavango males have begun patrolling further west than usual, drawn by the concentration of prey. Marsh Pride scouts detect the intrusion almost immediately, scent marks left far closer to their core territory than ever before. Tension spreads quickly through the Marsh Pride. Roars are exchanged across the river as both sides assess the threat. For lions, territorial roars serve as both warning and challenge, a declaration heard for kilometers in every direction. The Okavango coalition responds in kind, their combined roars carrying an unmistakable message of dominance. Neither pride backs down, neither pride retreats. The standoff stretches into the following days. Cubs from both prides are kept close, sensing the shift in atmosphere even without understanding its cause. What began as a boundary dispute is quickly becoming something far more dangerous. A contest neither pride can afford to lose. At first light, the Okavango coalition crosses the river, a direct and deliberate act of provocation. Marsh Pride lionesses spot the crossing immediately, alarm calls spreading rapidly through their ranks. This is no longer a standoff. This is an invasion of territory the Marsh Pride has held for generations. The Marsh Pride's own coalition of 2 males moves quickly to intercept, understanding the stakes immediately. Outnumbered 3 against 2, the Marsh males know this confrontation carries extreme risk. The first contact is explosive, a collision of raw power as both sides refuse to yield an inch. Claws and teeth are used with brutal intent. This is a fight for territory, resources, and survival itself. One marsh male is quickly overwhelmed by the numerical advantage, forced back under sustained pressure. The second marsh male fights with desperate ferocity, aware that retreat now could cost the pride everything. Behind the males, lionesses from both prides watch anxiously, unable to intervene in a battle reserved for the coalition. After several brutal minutes, the outnumbered marsh males begin a controlled, defensive retreat. The Okavango males do not pursue far. Territorial victories are rarely about elimination, but about dominance. With the contested ground now claimed, the Okavango Pride begins marking the boundary anew. In the aftermath of the clash, both prides retreat to lick their wounds, literally and figuratively. Lion injuries from territorial fights can be severe, sometimes proving fatal in the weeks that follow. Yet for lions, controlling territory means controlling access to prey. Every wound absorbed is calculated as necessary. Within days, the Okavango pride begins hunting confidently. This was ground that was contested just a week earlier. The Marsh pride, meanwhile, is forced to adjust. Their territory now smaller, their resources more limited. This shrinking range places additional pressure on an already weakened coalition, testing the pride's long-term stability. Territorial boundaries among lions are rarely permanent, shifting constantly with strength, numbers, and circumstance. Researchers tracking both prides note this pattern repeating across the region as drought reshapes the landscape. For cubs on both sides, this conflict represents an early and formative lesson in the harsh realities of pride life. In time, the Marsh pride's remaining coalition may recover, or may eventually be challenged and replaced entirely. Such is the cycle of pride dynamics. Dominance won today can just as easily be lost tomorrow. For now, the Okavango pride stands as the dominant force across this stretch of the delta. But in a landscape shaped by drought, hunger, and constant competition, no dominance lasts forever. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.